US Iran talks gain pace as Pakistan mediates with fresh optimism for a new round of talks in Islamabad. Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire that took effect at 9 p.m. on Thursday, US President Donald Trump said after speaking with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun. Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam said he welcomes Trump's announcement of a ceasefire with Israel, which was due to start on Thursday evening. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned that American forces are ready to resume combat if Iran does not agree to a deal to end the war, while a Pakistan delegation led by the army chief held talks in Tehran on the possibility of restarting negotiations with Washington. In Washington, the US Senate voted down a Democratic led resolution that sought to halt the war on Iran without formal authorization from Congress. In Iran, advisor Mohsen Razai warned that Iran could target US ships if Washington continues to enforce its naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. The warning comes as the US tightens restrictions on vessels linked to Iranian ports, with ships already being turned back amid the standoff. Analyst Abbas Aslani says Tehran is open to nuclear transparency if Washington is serious about a deal, but new US sanctions and the blockade of Iranian ports are fueling distrust. Australian ex-soldier Robert Smith granted bail in Afghan war crimes case. Robert Smith, who was awarded the prestigious Victoria Cross in 2011, was arrested in Sydney last week and charged with murdering five people in Afghanistan between 2009 and 2012. The former soldier denies all of the charges. Russia launches nearly 700 drones and dozens of missiles at Kiev and other cities. Syrian government forces have reportedly taken control of all bases previously occupied by US forces in the northeast following a coalition pullout. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is facing calls to resign following reports that Lord Mantelson failed security vetting for the role of US ambassador. A public rift has widened between Pope Leo and President Trump. During a visit to Cameroon, the Pope criticized tyrants who prioritize war over humanitarian needs. The IMF and World Bank are reportedly restoring ties with Venezuela, a move described by acting President Delcy Rodriguez as a major diplomatic victory. Authorities have arrested a suspect in connection with a 1982 attack on a Jewish restaurant in Paris after 4 decades. In 2026 FIFA World Cup, fans and lawmakers in the US are expressing outrage over skyrocketing transit and ticket prices ahead of the tournament. In Champions League, Bayern Munich progressed to the semi-finals after defeating Real Madrid on 6-4 on aggregate. In Netflix, co-founder Reed Hastings is stepping down after the company lost a major deal with Warner Bros., causing its stock to plunge.